You having a good time? Does anybody like dolphins? Don't go to SeaWorld.
Dolphin in captivity doesn't represent a dolphin in the wild any more than Mickey Mouse represents a real mouse.
Hi everyone, I'm Alexandra Johnston. I'm here at Captivity today with another phenomenal turnout for the London March against captivity and slaughter. We're going to be marching to Trafalgar Square and making a lot of noise, and I will catch up with you in a bit.
Turkey, set them free! Turkey, set them free! Turkey, set them free! Turkey, set them free! Stop the dolphin slaughter! 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 Stop the dolphin.
Just reached Trafalgar Square and I just jumped up here because I wanted to show you how many people came out to say they do not agree with captivity and they do not agree with slaughter. It's amazing. So I'm with Terry and Diane, who have come very dressed up, I must say, and I stand out. Where have you guys come from today?
I've come from East Sussex and North Wales.
You look like Ariel.
Thank you.
What was it about today that made you think, I have to go, I have to show support?
I came up to the last protest in December. You know, it's not life in a cage, is it? Or a tank.
What about you?
I just think, when something's wrong, it's wrong, and either you stand with it or, you're complicit in that actually happening because you haven't used your voice to stop it. And that's really important to me, and it's really important I teach my children that as well.
Well, thank you so much for coming and showing us.
I did read something the other day though, and it said that animals don't have a voice, and he said they actually do. They cry out, they scream. We just people choose to ignore them.
But there's a darker side to this business. It's a business of pleasure, so we're told, for millions of people around the world. The marine aquarium business is worth billions of dollars in the United States alone, and tens of billions of dollars in developing countries like Saudi Arabia, Vietnam, Thailand, Turkey and other parts of the world. The only reason the Taji goes on is because some of the dolphins that are taken out of that cove are worth nearly $250,000 to those businesses.
I'm very lucky because my good friend Maisie Williams has joined me today to raise awareness for the subject. So I just wanted to ask you, what was it that got you involved in this in the first place? What was it that drew you to the subject?
It was actually Blackfish and The Cove, which are two movies that I'd recommend watching. And just, I'd never heard about what goes on in Turkey before, and so when I was aware, it made me want to do something about it.
Yeah, and what was it that made you want to come to the demo and actually protest?
To show other people what goes on, really. It's just about raising awareness. I had no idea a few months ago, and yeah, lots of people don't, so it's just to raise awareness, really.
And what would you say to people that are still thinking of buying a ticket to a whale or dolphin show?
Blackfish, watch Blackfish. Stop the way to stop this cycle is to stop buying a ticket, and if you know what goes on, you understand that it's not something you should be involved in.
Well, thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you.
It was really interesting what you mentioned in your speech when you said that so many people are aware now and so many people are doing what they can, but captive exploitation has still got a way to go before it ends. And I think when you said about individuals doing the right thing and knowing that if you buy a ticket, that makes a huge difference. If you don't buy a ticket, the more people that don't buy a ticket. So what would you say to people who think, well, it's just me, I'm not convinced on it yet, I'll just buy a ticket? What do you have to say to people who still think
Well, I think it's all too easy to say it's just me, what difference can I make? Well, how many hundreds of people turned out today came together and together made a big difference, made their voice louder for the dolphins of Tai Chi. There's that old Chinese expression, that old Chinese proverb about the man walking along with his friend along the seashore, and there are lots of starfish lying on the sand, and he picks one up and he throws it back in the water, and then he picks another one and throws it back into the water, and his friend says to him, but there are thousands, there's millions of starfish, what difference will it make? And he says it makes a difference for this one, and then for this one, and then for this one. And I think that's us. We all do it, we all take responsibility, we all have an obligation not to remain silent. People often say to me, what is the thing I can do? And I said, the thing you can do is talk about it. Do not remain silent, because if you're silent, no one will know. They won't know how you feel, and things won't change. But our voice together becomes incredibly loud, becomes so loud that it can no longer be ignored, and that's when change happens.
Thank you so much for taking the time to be with us today, and it was an incredible speech and really inspiring. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
It's great to see new faces, great to see younger people come from all backgrounds, all working sort of professions, and it's been a brilliant day, and I think it's a sign that, you know, there's growing anger, but we're turning it into positive energy to bring about change. That's what we're looking to do.
Yeah.